Hi everybody, it's Fraboy Master back from Teenage Mutant Ninja Scrubs, and I've been testing today Striker 1.7. Now as you can see there, very basically the build is fully stacked on stamina, and we're running standard talents which are on the move, precision, one is none, and I think combat medic as well for some unknown reason. But basically what I'm going to do is just show you the full mission. I'm cutting out some of the runny bits in between, but just trying to show you the full mission and basically kind of how it works. Now I did start out using the sausage and found that it was a bit to be honest with you. My ultimate did proc there and simply and it saved my life obviously, but the main problem with the build itself is that until you get your stacks up, you are vulnerable even with 465k health. When on the move is procced, it goes up to 536k I think, which is a massive amount of stamina, but as you can see there, I was still getting, you know, I was still taking a lot of damage, and that was obviously causing me a problem. But as soon as you start getting your stacks up and getting that healing back from the actual build, the 6 talent build itself, you find that the set is very tanky, very powerful. But you can still be overwhelmed by enemies and still take lots and lots of damage even though the talent is procced and working for you. So it's the only thing to actually be wary of is you can't run into a room and, you know, tank 8 enemies shooting at you and even when your stacks are up at 100%. Now I've ended up just using basically the bullfrog throughout the whole mission, as I didn't feel that the shotgun was quite as useful as it used to be honest with you. And as you saw for the firearms and the skill power, it's very low firearms, very low skill power build, and everything is stacked towards stamina and health. Now the health rolls are not min-maxed, the stamina rolls are not min-maxed. This is a basic build to show you that if you can get just over 10,000 skill points to your stamina skill tree, you will actually see a massive benefit in the amount of healing that you get, even with no firearms and even with no skill power. Now and again I do pop a med pack and I do pop my healing ability, simply in order to maintain the run and keep me alive when I am taking more damage than the healing was able to compensate for. But as you can see from the video yourself, you'll see that you're virtually able to tank heavies face to face with virtually no firearms at all and still have time to take them down, because you're able to put every bullet into them and you're getting the full benefit of the maximum heal. As you can see here, this heavy was absolutely kind of trying to wreck me and it wasn't making much of a difference at all. And as you'll see through the video, if you keep an eye on the health bar of my character, you'll see a lot of the time that when I'm taking damage is instantly filling back up again, and that is the power of the build. It does make you tanky, but you do still have to play reasonably clever, and you'll see that in the rooftop section in a few moments when we go up to the rooftop section. Now I did do this, and I did get killed when I tried to tank everybody kind of out in the open, so you do still have to play, you know, tactically to a degree. You do want to be able to get your stacks up in order that they do offer you the ability to get the healing. But you know, simply having a 465k stamina toon is not going to be enough to get you through any content at all in this game, as we do know stamina took a massive nerf and armour took a massive nerf in the game in order to maintain a time to kill for PvP, and simply because the game can't itself separate PvE from PvP. That is the issue that players have trying to run things like stolen signal and legendaries and stuff like that. They just they aren't able to get enough stamina to be able to tank enemies and walk them through missions. And I think that's one of the reasons why a build like this was made. As you can see, the power of the build there is quite substantial. I think I did have to proc a med in my healing skill, sorry. But as you can see, the build itself is allowing me to take on all these enemies that are trying to rush me down. And as you can see, the healing power itself is quite significant, possibly better than the Reclaimer build that I put out a few days ago. And as I say, it's a very, very powerful build. This is a build for those guys that think they're Rambo, but aren't really. But it does allow you to kind of act like the Rambo character and kind of just run about, running and gunning and basically shooting everything as much as you possibly can. And, you know, getting those health stacks up and getting that healing back as well. Now, I tried not to cut this bit here too much because I did want you to see that it was one full run, and I did it in my first go. And I'm not used to this kind of running and gunning type of gameplay, as you know, for anything that you see me normally do in the Division specifically. But this wee bit here gets a wee bit sticky, as you'll see in a few seconds. But again, popping my healing, popping a med, but I think I pop a med pack as well. And it's just simply to top up the healing that I'm needing in order to get those stacks back up again and ultimately heal through the damage that you're taking. It's a very, very OP build, probably the most overpowered build in the game, bar none, to be absolutely, if I was being honest with you, it is the most OP build I think I've ever played with in the game. Simply because it does allow you to really actually face down lots and lots of enemies and expect to come out the other side alive. Now, as you can see here, it was a bit touch and go there, but I popped a heal, I think I popped a med as well. I allowed my healing to actually recover a wee bit, and then I was able to actually take on the enemies again. And as you saw there, the healing just went virtually straight back up to full health again, and it allowed me to, you know, maintain the run and continue tanking those enemies and, you know, getting everything done. Again, it's a build that is massively overpowered, it really, really is. I can understand why it had been rebalanced from the initial conception of the healing power that we had. As you can see, that sorry, it's 546 it is when on the move is procced, which, you know, it's well over 500,000, and it's still not enough stamina in the game to actually allow you to tank anything. And again, you know, stamina and armour took a massive nerf quite a long time ago now, and it's a reason why you're not able to tank enemies and kind of walk through content essentially. But this build here, one or two people with this type of build here and somebody else backing them up, yeah, you'll absolutely be able to tear through any content that you want to go to and do and expect to be successful as well. As you can see here, I'm taking a wee bit of cover. I'm not wanting to run into the room and start tanking 8 or 9 enemies because they will kill you instantly. As you can see there, the firearms isn't massively great. The stamina is staying at 465 because I wasn't moving and proccing on the move as such. But the build isn't about proccing on the move, the build is actually about getting enough stacks up to maintain your healing stacks in order that you can tank lots and lots of damage, but not so much that you don't want to tank so much damage that you expect that you're going to die. And I knew the enemy was on my left, I knew an enemy was behind me, but I was trying to just tank a little bit here and just see how powerful the healing stacks were. And as you can see there, I did pop my healing there just to make sure I didn't die. But again, as soon as I popped my healing, it gave the striker healing ability its chance to actually proc properly and really boost my healing up very, very quickly and allow you to kind of really wreck through these enemies as quickly as possible. Now obviously I'm doing this solo here, but if you were doing this in a team with a couple of guys or another 3 guys, you would absolutely tear through content in virtually fractions of the time that I've done it myself. Absolutely, without a doubt, it is the most OP build in the game, striker. And these are not min-maxed rolls, are not min-maxed for health. It is just tried to roll it to as close to 1400 or 1401 on each stamina stat that I could. After a few rolls, I stopped and I moved on to rolling whatever minor attributes I could into health, and again they're not maximum health attributes. The mods that I'm using are stamina mods with health on them, and that is just simply to push everything into health and basically see how it worked out for me. Now, for some reason, I don't know why there's no snipers here, which I found was a bit strange. I don't know if it's been changed lately or not. It's one of those ones. I was looking for 2 snipers and they actually weren't there, so I just set about on killing the heavies and, you know, getting the end of the mission done. Now, as you can see here, I'm taking lots of damage for the heavies. They are absolutely kind of trying to pummel me down, but the stacks are being kept up quite well. It's quite easy to keep your stacks up using an auto rifle or a shotgun. I prefer auto rifles personally. And again, you know, I'm here taking on a heavy, face tanking him, and it's allowing me to actually do that. Now, if there was maybe 3 or 4 enemies trying, you know, facing me down like that, I probably would have died. But if you play tactically, keep objects between yourself and other NPCs, so to speak, you will be able to maintain those health stacks up and make them usable and keep your health up as high as it can be through it, basically, you know, most overrun. As you can see here, I've done the usual thing, standing in front of the door, trying to burn those enemies down as quickly as possible. Again, hitting a little bit of trouble because I'm kind of we'll call it overextending myself. I'm obviously trying to do more than I usually would do in that type of situation, or even in the division in general, as I'm just trying to obviously test the build and show you how powerful the set is. Again, for people that like running and gunning, this is going to be the set for you without a doubt, absolutely without a doubt, until obviously we know the talents of the other sets that haven't came out yet. But so far for me, this looks like the most overpowered build that you can have in the division. If you had 4 people running this, you know, you would be fighting over enemies in order to get your stacks up. You know, that would be the only issue that you would actually have, would be, you know, I'm killing that guy, I'm trying to get my stacks up. So as you can see here, it's an absolute walk, it's an absolute cakewalk. It had absolutely no problems at all. It is viable to still use your med packs, still use your healing abilities. I mean, you're not going to not use them in any run at all. So it does show you the power of the build. I'm running Lexington myself. I'm face tanking everything as much as I possibly can, without being overly stupid about it. And as I said, the run was an absolute cakewalk. It was a walk in the park. And if you had 2 or 3 guys running the same type of build, yeah, you'll be able to stroll through any type of content that you want to try that at that time. Now, I'm going to show you the build itself, but that is pretty much it. Everything was rolled to stamina, everything was rolled to health, all the mods were rolled as stamina and health. None of the talents were active on the weapons apart from uncomplicated on the bullfrog. And that's pretty much it, guys. It was a basic build, showing you that one of the most basic classified builds in the game is the most overpowered build still in the game. If you like the video, guys, please hit that like, hit that subscribe, comment below, tell me what you guys thought, and that's pretty much it. I'll let the build roll out and you'll see for yourself. I'm not lying about anything that I've done here. You'll see, if you know your numbers and stuff like that, you'll see that I haven't rolled everything to its absolute maximum. I've only got certain stamina mods and health mods in there, and that's pretty much it. All the talents remain the same as well, which I'm sure I show you at the end, and that's, as I said, that's pretty much it, guys. The most OP build in the game, bar none. I hope you like the video, guys. If you do, again, hit that like, hit that subscribe, trying to grow the channel, trying to get some of this information out there for more people, and the more people that share it, the more people that like it, the better it is for the community and for people to see just how OP this build is. This is a build on the console. As you can see, I've got potato aim. I can't aim to save myself yet. I was still able to walk through that content very, very easily. So again, guys, if you like the video, if you like the build, if you like what you're seeing, hit that like, hit that subscribe, comment in the section below, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Thanks so very much for watching.
Transmissions jammed. Proximity coverage only.